Meeting called to order. Today is Tuesday, October 18, 2016. It's now 7 p.m. Town Council meeting as the West Warwick Sewer Commission. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment of silence. West Warwick, unfortunately, lost another young heart Sunday. Her name was Andrea Pernato. I'm sure everybody has heard. So if I can get a moment of silence before we lead into prayer. Thank you, and our thoughts and prayers are with their family. Ed, will you lead us in prayer?
Sure. Dear Lord, we ask that you please watch over this great state of Rhode Island and in particular the great citizens of West Warwick. And we ask that you please help guide this council in making wise decisions, informed decisions, and always with a little bit of compassion. Amen.
Amen. You introduce in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Council President Goslin.
Here.
Council Vice President Giroux.
Here.
Councilman Padula.
Here.
Councilman Kenahan.
Here.
Councilman Tucker.
Here.
Participating communities: Town of Coventry, Town of Situate, City of Cranston, City of Warwick, Town of West Greenwich. We have a quorum on record. Minutes of the previous meeting. Resolved that the minutes of the September 20th, 2016 Town Council meeting, acting as sewer commission, is hereby accepted.
Move the resolution. Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Any public discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Reports. Plant manager.
Good evening. There we go. I almost did. Harrison Sangola from the sewer department. I have here tonight the September report from the sewer department. The average daily flow was just a normal 3.5. The CBOD, total suspended solids, all averaged at about 99%, which is really good. The DEM requirement is only 85%. The total phosphorus removal, that too was very good. We had an average of 0.09. The average is 0.1. The total number of dry tons removed from the facility taken to the landfill, we did 126.3 dry tons. The average dry tons per day, of course, was 6.3. Collection system backups, we had one in the private lines and one in the public lines. Order complaints, we had 6 last month, 4 of which were complaints received between the 21st and the 24th, because at the time the scrubber was down and it was undergoing maintenance. We had 1 facility violation with the total nitrogen, and the number was 9.7. The monthly average is 8. There are a few things that I want to note, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about these already. We had 2 facility tours in September. The Boy Scouts came down, thanks to Councilman Padula. He arranged that. And then we also had the military soldiers come in. These guys came for a tour just before they went out to Afghanistan. There were 2 operators from West Warwick that went to the Nationals Operators Challenge competition, and this is a competition done from the whole country, and our group from here came 19th overall, so that was very good, and their names are Ryan Patnode and Sam Sullivan. That's it.
Thank you. One thing, Harrison, again, I told Bernie and Jim and everything, but I want to tell you personally that the Boy Scouts and the parents and the troop leaders, they wanted to send their thanks to you, how professional you and the other 2 people were from the plant, that it was a great experience, and they couldn't say anything bad, that everything was great, and I thank you for that. The other thing is, probably them 6 complaints, 4 of them were from me. Lately, I mean, now we spoiled the residents in that section because every day that was a problem, and we got 95% of it licked right now until we have a problem. But the last couple of days also, you've been getting a stench in the Providence Street area, Brookfield Platte area. I haven't gotten any complaints, but even today, about 1:30, 2 o'clock,
Yep.
I was going by and we had that. I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, we took care of it before, and I want it
Well, we
taken care of again.
we just cleaned both scrubbers that take care of the smell. But however, there's a period in time when we're doing our process and then running the transferring sludge from one tank to the other. That's the time when the smells kind of get a little overwhelming for the scrubbers as well. But what we did was last month we had a company come in, do an odor study, see if we could use a chemical that would kill off the smells, starting, say, from one of the pump stations before the water got to the plant. So we worked with this company, and they gave us a solution which we tried. By the way, we put it in Brookfield, Mesoquin pumping station, but unfortunately that solution is made of nitrates. So because of the nitrates that were in that solution, our nitrogen number was high. It's one of the reasons that we had the violation last month. When they brought it in, I personally asked them 3 times if it was going to mess around with my process,
And it did.
if it was also made of nitrates or anything, and they assured me it wasn't. But then after we had the problems, again, I talked to them. They said, oh, yeah, sure, we do have nitrates in there. So we stopped that. But then we moved those 2 drums from the pumping stations to where the dewatering tanks are. Directly, this is after the process now. This is just before we dewater the sludge. We moved those 2 drums into that location. Hopefully, maybe it might help out with the odor problem. But I don't know. It's tough to tell whether that is working or not. But
I mean, we had it. It was down to a science when Tom was there. It was, I'll tell you, it was months and months and months, and we never got an odor complaint. So something different is happening. I keep bringing it up at the sewer subcommittee meetings, where something's different right now that's happening that wasn't happening 6 months ago.
it's kind of hard, when you're dealing with odors in the summer, because for so many different reasons. The heat brings up the odors, brings up the H2S out of the sludge. But then again, at the same time, most of the residents have their windows open at the time. So any smell that's going to fly around, they're definitely going to smell it. But in the winter, when the weather is cold, everybody has the windows closed. You don't get many complaints. But again, like I said, we have identified a few problems.
I just want, I'll bring it up at the subcommittee meeting,
Yeah.
but I wanted the council and you to know what's going to come up. That, and the other complaint I've been getting up at Hilltop Estates is Walden, from Cranston. Walden, what are they?
Walden Woods.
Walden Woods, where the stench has been absolutely. When I was walking there a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't even stand the stench. It was like our plant 15 years ago. It was horrific. It was. I don't know how to even describe it. It was nauseating, and they said that they've been complaining to the Cranston, and they said that there's nothing they can do about it.
It's
But
a private, yeah.
Yeah,
but
that-
I think when we bring this up, and Christine put it on our agenda for the sewer subcommittee, we're going to do something about that. They're going to do something about that.
Yeah, that is a private pump station, but every now and then somebody calls us. We all go over there with some bleach, and we just pour some bleach
But the
in
way
there
I
to
figure
clear
it,
the smell.
Harrison,
Yeah.
DEM can cite the town of West Warwick for the stench. A private can really get fined for the stench also. So that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And
Well-
especially coming into West Warwick.
Yeah.
I don't care what the stench goes in Cranston, they can have it. I don't want it here.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to work on that and see how we can best resolve it.
But thank you.
All right, no problem.
Any more questions for Harrison? Thank you, Harrison.
Industrial pretreatment program report?
You're not going to yell at me, are you?
Not at all, Jim. I just had a bunch of things that were building up. I had to let it go tonight. Sorry, Harrison, I thought Bernie was going to be here.
No wonder why Bernie took off today, right?
He had a heads up, believe me.
Just just to give you an update on the industrial pretreatment for the month of September. All of significant industrial users submitted their application. All were in compliance. Again, we continue to work with Rhodes Technology because of their process. We have extended their permit to allow them specific levels of zinc and also acetone because they're generating acetone within their process. So we're going to work with them and get a resolution by the end of January of next year. As far as the private wastewater treatment facilities, Showcase Cinema and the Woollahoosian private line, it was cleaned and both were found to be in good condition. On the food services end of things, we reviewed 6 in the town of West Warwick, 2 in the city of Warwick. One Coho restaurant, we found them to be in violation only because the name changed and they did not reapply. And Bill's Place, the grease recovery system was found to be not working, so we issued them a notice of violation, and next month we'll go check it, make sure. What we call maintenance and repair facilities, all of the in-skip facilities were examined, as well as Scrub-A-Dub. Scrub-A-Dub did not conduct the cleaning of the oil-water separator as required, and they will follow up next month to make sure they have complied. All of in-skip was in total compliance. As far as plan reviews, we reviewed plans for the CVS here on 1270 Main Street. As always, most of these places start the building without getting approved plans from the sewer department, but we're working with them to get through that because they will have photo finishing, but again, it's a dry facility, so we don't need any pre-treatment. And also, they have a Medi clinic over there, and they're only going to give flu shots, so they're not producing any other medical waste. So that's fine. And the same thing with the emergency care, which was formerly, I think it was the Mattress Giant. Again, it's emergency care, so we'll work with the same. And most of the emergency clinics or the Medi clinics, very little bit. The X-rays are all digital now, so we don't have to worry about silver and other waste like that. So it's improving quite a bit, and they're complying with all of the regulations. And MetLife, we're working with them on their new food service application. So that's all I have for the commission.
Any questions for Jim? Thanks, Jim.
Financial update. Year-to-date operating and debt expenses for fiscal year 2017 as of September 30th is $3,676,313, or 45% of the annual budget. Fiscal year 2017 sewer usage collections through September 30th totaled $507,749, which is 34.7% of the total billed. Fiscal year 2017 sewer assessment collections through September 30th totaled $35,202, which is 61% of the total billed. Cash and investments through September 30th totaled $3,138,486.
Any questions for Christine? Thank you, Christine.
Consent agenda. Resolved that the consent agenda having been posted, all matters having been referred to proper departments and being disposed of or awaiting recommendations, the same is hereby approved.
Move the resolution.
Move the second. Any discussion? Any public discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public comment? Public comment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. 5-minute recess.
2 to 5. 2 to 5.
This side's 2 to 5.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Jim.
See you later, Jim.
Thanks, Harrison.
Thanks, Aaron.
Put that on the agenda. We're going to take care of it.
I did.